I want to go further into some of your story, but were you able to live that? I'm curious, when you wrote, how to live, not how to die, were you able to actually accomplish those things that you wrote?
I accomplished probably about 98% of the things that were on there.
Okay, give me a couple, just a couple fun ones.
So one of them was there was the homework assignment was give me 3 goals that are personal, 3 goals career, 3 goals job, 3 goals of a dream, 3 goals of whatever. And then there was 3 impossible goals, things that you could not tell anybody about. Okay?
Great question.
That you could not tell anybody about, but they were your own secret thing. And if it happened, that would be great. If it didn't, it was like someday, maybe if I have the time, I want to do this. Okay. So one of the things was that I would buy a house by the time that I was 30, and I bought my first house when I was 25 years old.
Wow.
I said that I would only drive square cars, and I've never driven a round car. I don't like round cars. There's something about them. I like square cars. I said that
what do you mean a square car? Give me an example.
Or like my car is a Mercedes Benz. It's pretty square, but like I could never drive a sports car.
I got you.
Cars and they're small, they're round. No. I'm too scared. And my first car was an Impala, the big.
Yep, there you go.
Impala. So I wrote stuff like that. I wrote that I was going to travel. I keep count of I have a map at my house, and every time we come back from traveling, we put like a little pin. So there are 239 pins on my map right now.
39?
239.
239. Whoa. And that's places you've been, right? Yes. Okay. How many of those are international versus the US?
Probably half.
Really?
Yeah, half. Yeah, I started traveling when I was 14 years old with my first paycheck, by the way. And then I just kept on going. And then I was lucky enough to marry somebody who loves travel. Yeah. Probably more than I do, so it works out they're my children. Traveling is my children.
Well, I mean, people have maps for their children to show where maybe the parent is or whatever who's traveling, but you have, your own map. Now tell me, why is travel important to you? What do you learn from travel?
So my dad used to have a big, what do you call it? The atlas book?
Yep.
And my dad always wanted to travel, but he couldn't travel because he didn't have any money. And so my dad was my hero, and everything that he did, I wanted to do. He loved tequila, so I like tequila too. He liked this, so he liked cold pizza. I like cold pizza. He liked In-N-Out burgers. I like In-N-Out burgers. He wanted to travel, like he really wanted to travel, but he said that he couldn't. So he said, I hope that someday you will travel and I will travel through you.
Wow.
That is like, oh wow, my dad said I have to do this, And one of the biggest trips that I did, or my first big trip, was that I wanted to go to Italy, and I saved 5 years to be able to go. And I went for a month, and I went by myself because I couldn't find anybody to go with me. But my dad was like, just go. Don't tell your mother that I'm supporting you in this because she's gonna kill me. But my dad said, if you want to go, you might have to go by yourself. Are you willing to go by yourself? And I was like, hey, I was in that bike club with all those guys, and I was the only girl. So I went by myself.
Great.
I went by myself when I was 24.
Now, sometimes you learn more being by yourself, right? Because you're forced to meet people. Not forced, but you have a better ability, right? Or you tell me.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I went there, and I didn't know what it was like to travel by yourself, but I was so happy that I was, making one of my dreams come true, that I don't think I missed anybody being around me, because the adrenaline, it was wonderful. And then many years later, I took almost my entire family with me, and I go, oh my gosh. My brother says, Norma, I can't go with you. And I go, yeah, you can. I go, I need somebody to go with me to the Vatican so I can, put my arms around the pillar and somebody take a picture of me because I didn't get my picture. So I learned to do like a lot of stuff like that. And it was from my dad that I would always catch him looking at the atlas and saying, I want to go here, I want to go there. So then I go, okay, that's where I'm going to go. That's where
wow.
He told me he wanted to go with Italy. He wanted to go see the Vatican. And my trip was about the Vatican. So I came home and, just talked to him for hours about the Vatican.
Wow.
He made me call him every day with my boyfriend in San Diego, me in Italy, because he said, "You're going to Italy with your boyfriend." I said, "No, he's staying." So
Ah,
my boyfriend come to the house and so they could call me. So my dad would be sure that he was in San Diego and I was in Italy. And
wow. Oh, I see. I see. You're a smart dad.